In early 2025, a post went viral across X and LinkedIn. OpenAI had quietly released GPT 5.5 with real-time video understanding. The post had a sleek graphic, a fake changelog, and 14,000 reshares within hours. Developers started threads debating migration strategies. Product managers flagged it in sprint planning. There was just one problem. GPT 5.5 didn't exist. No announcement from OpenAI, no API endpoint, no model card, nothing. It wasn't a one-off. A parallel ecosystem of fabricated AI product launches now floods social media daily, and the consequences for people who build with these tools are real. Consider the roster. Claude Fable 5, allegedly Anthropic's creative writing model. It appeared across Reddit and X in March 2025. Anthropic's official model documentation lists no such product. Gemma 4.12b, supposedly Google DeepMind's latest open-weight release. Google's actual Gemma repository on Hugging Face and GitHub shows no 12 billion parameter fourth-generation variant as of this recording. AMD Halo, a chip supposedly designed to rival NVIDIA's Blackwell architecture. AMD's newsroom and product pages contain no reference to it. These aren't misunderstandings, they're fabrications, built with enough technical plausibility to fool experienced engineers. The acceleration has a structural cause. Social media platforms reward engagement, and novel AI announcements generate enormous engagement. A September 2024 NewsGuard audit found that AI-generated misinformation sites had grown from 49 to over 800 in just 1 year. Europol's 2024 threat assessment warned that by 2026, up to 90% of online content could be synthetically generated or manipulated. Fabricated model announcements sit in a uniquely dangerous sweet spot. They're technical enough to seem credible, exciting enough to drive shares, and niche enough that most platforms' fact-checking infrastructure simply doesn't cover them. The algorithm doesn't distinguish between a real Google blog post and a convincing screenshot of one. For disclosure researchers, this problem might seem distant. It isn't. The same verification failures that let fake AI models circulate are identical to those that let fabricated UAP documents spread, eroding trust in legitimate claims. But for the engineering teams building tools, including tools used in open-source intelligence analysis, the cost is immediate. Teams re-architect stacks around capabilities that don't exist. Sprint cycles are burned evaluating phantom benchmarks. In a 2025 developer survey by Stack Overflow, over 35% of respondents reported encountering misleading or fabricated information about AI tools that affected their technical decisions. That's not an inconvenience, that's institutional damage. Verification doesn't require expertise, it requires discipline. Here's a protocol that takes under 2 minutes. Step 1. Hugging Face. Every major open-weight model, Llama, Gemma, Mistral, Qwen, has an official organization page on Hugging Face with a verified badge. Search the model name, check for the organization's verification mark, examine the model card for upload dates, parameter counts, and linked papers. If the model doesn't appear under a verified organization, it is not an official release. Hugging Face currently hosts over 1 million models. If a supposedly groundbreaking release isn't there, that absence is evidence. Step 2. The vendor's official blog. OpenAI publishes releases at openai.com, a blog. Anthropic uses anthropic.com, news. Google DeepMind posts at deepmind.google. AMD uses amd.com, newsroom. These are canonical sources. If a product isn't announced there, it isn't announced. Screenshots of these pages are trivially easy to fabricate. Go to the actual URL. Step 3. arXiv. Major model releases are almost always accompanied by a technical paper on arXiv.org. Search the model name, check author affiliations, Cross-reference with known researchers at the company. A February 2025 Archive preprint search for Claude Fable returns 0 results. That's your answer in 15 seconds. Step 4. GitHub. Official repositories under verified organizations. GitHub.com, OpenAI, GitHub.com, Google DeepMind, GitHub.com, MetaLlama, contain release tags, commit histories, and documentation that cannot be casually faked at scale. A real model release leaves a deep footprint. Pull requests, dependency updates, issue threads from actual users. The entire protocol, Hugging Face, vendor blog, archive, GitHub, takes 90 seconds once you know where to look. The point isn't that any single source is authoritative. The point is convergence. A real launch lights up all 4 channels simultaneously. A fabrication lights up none. This problem transcends AI product launches. The verification crisis is the same one facing UAP disclosure. Fabricated MJ12 documents circulated for decades because researchers didn't have, or didn't use, systematic source-checking protocols. Today, synthetic content generation makes fabrication faster, cheaper, and more convincing across every domain. The 2024 Department of Homeland Security Threat Assessment explicitly flagged AI-generated synthetic media as a national security concern. When the tools to fabricate become trivially accessible, the only defense is a verification reflex, not occasional skepticism, but a habitual insistence on primary sources before any claim reshapes your decisions. The misinformation cycle around AI is accelerating because the incentives reward it. Engagement algorithms don't penalize fabrication. Content creators face no consequences for inventing a model that sounds plausible. And the people who pay the price, developers, researchers, analysts, often don't realize they've been misled until the sprint is over and the architecture is wrong. The burden of proof has shifted permanently. In 2025, every extraordinary claim, whether it's a new foundation model or a new disclosure bombshell, arrives guilty until verified. 90 seconds and 4 sources. That's the cost of not being fooled. It's a small price,